guys, it's Lynn again with Little Fit Nursery. I'm here with Silicone baby Olivia. She is the Emerie Mei sculpt by Andrea Arcello. She is looking adorable in this knit outfit. This is by Janie and Jack, the whole outfit. She has a knit sweater dress on and these knit pants and this really cute cap. But I'm gonna change her, you guys, even though I love this outfit on her. It looks so cute on her. And my gosh, I love this baby. I love how she's rooted. I think I might even prefer her to my Isla, which is crazy to say even because Isla is the prototype and she's my original, but there's something about Olivia that I just really love. Anyway, like her skin tone's a little smoother or something, but I also love how her hair is rooted. Anyway, I love all my babies, but she really needs to change out of this wintry outfit because we are having 80-degree weather now in Southern California. And I want to put her in this really cute, sorry, I should probably get an iron or learn to iron or something, but this really cute Bambi romper. I just think it's perfect for Easter. It's going to look adorable on her. And while I change her, I wanted to do a tag video by my friend Diana Reed. And the topic of the video is, what do you look for in silicone or reborn babies? I think it's a really interesting topic, and it sounds like something so basic, right? That we would all sort of know what we look for in babies, but I think, it caused me to think a little bit, and I'm going to just kind of process out loud because I'm an extrovert, and I usually don't have rehearsed what I'm going to say when I hop on and make these videos. I thought Diana's video was great, and a lot of the things that she said I definitely agreed with in terms of things that I kind of look for in my babies as well. But I think I kind of but in general, kind of my whole style, like I don't, when I'm purchasing a baby or thinking about purchasing a baby, I don't really have a specific checklist, like now when I think about it. And I'll talk about, for both reborns as well as silicones, kind of how I think about the purchase. Okay, so I'm going to actually turn her this way so you can see what I'm doing here. She has these buttons down her back for this little dress, and she's also wearing this cloth diaper by Imagine, and that's like the question I get asked all the time in my comments, like, where do you get your cloth diapers? And so I do get them from Amazon. I think I've said this on a couple occasions, but just in case you missed one of my past videos. But yes, I do get these diapers from Amazon. I either buy the Imagine or the Little Joey brand, depending on what's available. But anyway, yeah, but thinking about like, what do I look for? Well, it's hard to have, like, I was trying to think about the babies in my nursery and like, what are some of the things that they have in common? Like, I think for me, it really starts with a super cute face. And I tend to be attracted to open-eyed babies more, generally speaking, than sleepers. But I'm going to try actually putting this on. Okay, let me just go over her head. But I do have some sleepers in my collection, of course. My Melina sculpt by Andrea Arcello is a sleeper. And that was a baby that almost didn't happen because Andrea really just wanted to do an awake. She just wanted to do the Emerie Mei, which is an awake version. But I really wanted the realism of a sleeper and just having a baby I could cuddle, because when a baby's a newborn, they really sleep a lot. Like that's and you'll find them more you'll find them sleeping more versus awake for the most part. Like they're awake for just really short periods of time. So I have such good memories of my daughter when she was a sleeping baby. So I do still like sleepers, but I think the dolls that I tend to get really drawn to tend to be my awake babies for some reason. I think it's because I can just look at them and you feel like they're looking at you, and it feels a little bit more interactive. But like a really cute face is so important to me. Like I have to love the face. So even if the sculpting is amazing, even if the limbs are great, if the face isn't cute, at least cute to me, it's not going to be a baby that I would consider getting. So that's like number one. I also do think about, I will say that I tend to be a little bit more vulnerable in terms of getting tempted to buy a doll if it's an Asian baby. And I think for me, it's just the realism of, you know, Asian babies or dark-haired babies. Oh my gosh, this is so, sorry, quick pause. This is so, so cute on her. I can't even stand it. Like, I love these bows at the top. I just want to take her to Disneyland, except I can't because my pass expired. Look at this Bambi. Or it's actually, what's Miss Bunny. This is actually Thumper's girlfriend. So, oh my gosh, she's so cute. Okay, I have to quickly take this off the camera or just show you guys really fast. So, here's Miss Olivia. Oh my gosh, and here is the little bunny. You can just see how she's so content. She's just looking at me. Yeah, she's just hanging out. So, yeah, so I think that having, you know, I think I tend to get tempted by Asian babies more. You can see of the babies that I have coming home this year, Emerson, Silicone baby Ethan, who's the portrait baby of my son, Chi by Bonnie Sieben, and Mei Lin. 4 of the 5 are Asian babies, and my Natalie, I was actually going to try to have her done more like an Asian baby, but you know, just the way her skin tone turned out, I think she looks like she's maybe more potentially biracial or just a Caucasian baby, which is fine. Like, I love that sculpt, and I need to do another video with Kylie soon, come to think of it. So, but yeah, in terms of what I look for, you know, I do tend to get more tempted by Asian babies, just generally speaking. With the other thing too, if it's a reborn, like, it has to look, oh, for both Reborn and Silicone, the baby has to look realistic. I think that's important. Diana mentioned that in her video as well. I think that's a given. Like, I would prefer just not to buy the baby at all than to spend less and, you know, buy a more affordable baby that just doesn't look as realistic. Although, you know what, I might consider doing that too if it was just a baby I fell in love with, because I do also have, you know, Ashton Drake, Paradise Galleries. I have, you know, manufactured dolls, which I don't think look, you know, real. Like, you know, they look like dolls to me. I still love them anyway, but I do know that they look more like dolls. So I think for me, it really is just about, like, falling in love with the face, falling in love with the baby itself. For my silicone babies, I prefer to have no armatures for the most part. I do, you know, unless, yeah, I mean, if they're well done, I mean, I don't mind them, I guess, but my preference would be not to have them, especially if the armatures are metal, because it can, you know, maybe take away from the cuddle factor. I just like my babies to be very, very cuddly. So, and I guess in terms of, you know, one-piece pour or ball jointed. So, so Emerie Mei, this Emerie Mei has a fused neck, so she is one piece, but her neck is fused. And my Isla and my Aria, my prototype Emerie Mei and Melina, they have ball jointed necks. So I will say I do prefer having the neck in one piece. I do like how with the other two you can turn the neck side to side. Here she has a little bit of neck movement, but it's not like a ton, you know. It's fair. It's a more fixed neck. So but with the super soft blends, and I will say with silicone, my preference is for super soft. But if I fall in love with the baby, you know, I don't mind if it's, you know, Eco 20, like, you know, Olivia is Eco 20, and she still feels like very flexible. Yeah, and so she's just a sweet baby. I think she's about the biggest I would go for a silicone baby. She's, unless it was a cloth body baby, I could consider going bigger. But she is a full 10 pounds. She's a 0 to 3 month size and a full 10 pounds. She's about 20 inches long. But I think 0 to 3 tends to fit her the best in terms of sizing. So, but yeah, I think for silicones, I wouldn't want to go bigger than that just because they get a little bit too heavy. I think for silicone, my preference is for kind of newborn. I think newborn size is like perfect. It's a great size. It just cuddles up nicely in your arms. Although I really love all the dressing options for 0 to 3 month babies. So, and Disney Store, this outfit is from Disney Store in case you guys couldn't tell and you didn't recognize the character. It's from last year, I think. So I don't know that I don't think you can buy this right now, but Disney Store's smallest size is 0 to 3 months. And so, you know, because I'm such a big Disney fan, I do like having some 3-month size babies in my collection so they can wear the clothing from Disney Store. Other things I tend to look for, yeah, no, Diana made a lot of great points about like kind of the pose. And I guess like I like having, she has one arm that is straight, but she has another one that's bent. And, you know, I like having at least one bent arm because, you know, it feels like, and I guess she's a little bit of a slightly older baby, like more like a 3-month size or 3 months in age. So I think this pose is still very realistic for her. But for super newborn, like I love baby Lynn and Enlai and my Elia where the limbs are curled up. I really, really like that pose. And I love that with Levi as well, that kind of curled up newborn look. So I really enjoy that. A big thing for me is eyebrows and hair, and I agree with Diana. If the eyebrows are too dark and they just don't look realistic, and I'm thinking more for reborns, you know, it can be just a deal killer for me. Same with hair. Like if every part of the baby is painted nicely, but I just don't like how the hair is done, that can really ruin it for me too. So hair is a really big deal. I like both painted and rooted hair, as you know, but it's important that it's well done. So, you know, and you can see here, I really love how this baby Olivia is rooted. She's terrific. She did her art. She was rooted by her first mommy, Maria Jose Zhu from Dolphin. So, and Maria did an amazing job with her. And so, trying to think what else I kind of look for. I guess it's not really like anything in particular. Like when I first saw the Tink sculpt, for example, that came out, I wasn't really necessarily that crazy about it. But then as I started seeing more and more Tinks, and sometimes it's kind of like advertising. When you get exposed to seeing the same sculpt multiple times, it can start to really grow on you. And then I decided, okay, I want a Tink and I want to get a Tink home. And I'm so glad I have my Ada. I love her to pieces. She's a wonderful baby. But yeah, I wasn't like initially drawn to that sculpt, but then it just sort of turned for me and it felt like I had to have it. So, but I've talked about this before in past videos, but in terms of deciding whether to get a doll or not, it really has to grab my heart, and it can be an intangible factor about that baby. And I'm trying to think which babies, like, so my Emily was one that I bid for on eBay and won, and then Zoe was another one that was also, you know, I saw them on eBay and I decided to bid for them. My Maisie was a baby that I was looking for that sculpt, and then I saw the one on Dolphin, and she was just so realistic. I loved her hair, and then she was one that I just like snatched up right away as soon as I saw her for sale. So I acted pretty fast on that one. Otherwise, like a lot of my babies have been custom orders, and yeah, but I was trying to think about this. I was like, yeah, most of my babies have darker hair except for my Clara. So I don't seem to have a lot of blonde babies in my nursery. And again, I think this is going back to the fact that I seem to be drawn to babies that, you know, resemble me, you know, that's why I love the Asian babies. And I tend to gravitate more towards dark-haired babies in general. Although, I will say for the Joseph 3 months, and I have been sort of like keeping an eye on that sculpt. I've been kind of debating whether I want to bring a Joseph in my nursery, mainly because he's so massive and I have no idea where he would live. So, but I do have the blank kit, so I am contemplating maybe I should paint one for myself at some point. But that baby I see as a blonde, and I really like that baby blonde. So I don't know. I mean, that's like one that defies, you know, all of my checklists. He's a sleeper. He's huge, because normally I don't really go for big babies. I don't like painting toddlers typically, and I don't have any toddler babies in my nursery. And I don't know, maybe he's a baby that if I brought in my nursery, I would, you know, feel like I would want to sell, because he's so huge, and he doesn't really check off a lot of my boxes, but being a sleeping baby, being super big, probably being a blonde baby. Oh, I also tend to have a lot of girls in my nursery for some reason. I do have Kai, and I'm expecting my silicone baby Ethan, but I don't know why. I have so many girls, now that I think about it, and I feel like I really need some more boys to balance it out. But I think it's just like I love baby girl clothes more so than baby boy clothes. So I just don't tend to collect a lot of boys for some reason. Um, but yeah, I have had a few that I really loved. But yeah, so maybe I do need a Joseph in my life, or some other boy baby, or a boy Levi. I don't know. Um, but yeah, no, it's interesting when you really start to think about what you look for in a baby, and you know, and I think it's just kind of that, for me, it's like that je ne sais quoi. It's like that X factor, like that just makes that baby tug at your heart, um, and for you to want to bring that baby home. It's just something about that baby. I felt that way for sure about my Mia, my Ella by Jenny Lee, before I brought her home. I obsessed over that baby for months. There's just something about that face that just really drew me in. And I'm not normally attracted to sleepers as much as the awake babies, so I don't know what it was, um, but I am really, really excited about Emerson coming home. That baby just like grabs my heart in a huge way as well. So anyway, well, that's all I wanted to share today in terms of this video. So, you know, I'll link to Diana's original video below, but watch that one. Let me know what you think. Sorry if my thoughts were not super organized, but yeah, I would love to hear kind of what you look for when in a reborn or silicone baby, and it'd be great to hear what you guys think. So, all right, guys, thank you so much for watching, and baby Olivia is going to say bye.